Hello everybody, it's me again, Steve Doja here, and we got new information on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. It's about damn time, let's go. And we actually have two new pages of information about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 in general. We have one that seems to go over the story and the characters and the setting, which is all here. Then we have another one that seems to talk about custom characters. Ooh! So without further ado, let's get to cracking. Obviously, we're going to need to translate this real quick. So I'll be back with you guys and I'll tell you what the translation says. Okay, so starting from the top, this first page does mention that there is a future, and obviously the future becomes the way it is, and the words sword and creation are used here weirdly enough, so I think this might actually be, again, it's all rough translated, so keep it in mind, but the words sword and creation are used here, so this might be the world created by that sword, which could imply Fu's sword from Future Saga Chapter 4, and we know this to be the case because in all the advertising and marketing for Future Saga Chapter 4, they only ever show the sword, so this is most likely, the world created by the sword. I would like to see more on this, and again, it could still be a rough translation, but this is actually a very good sign to proving that Future Saga Chapter 4 does actually lead into Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. And this image right here next to Bulma and the character of Xenoverse 3 actually does state that when you wake up after being, after losing consciousness, Bulma's right in front of you, and in this moment, this is where the world's adventure, begins. This is where the world's journey begins. We knew this, obviously, because, again, it's you and Bulma, and, it looks to be at the beginning of the game. Most likely, you getting out of bed is you finishing character customization, and then Bulma runs into you, and you could see how your character looks, in the game. I think that's what that's supposed to be. There's even a part where you, look at the mirror for a bit, and there's no character reflection. That's most likely where your reflection would show up in the actual full game, but yeah, that's they're hiding it for now. This part under the big text here says Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 takes place in the future world, and new characters will be appearing too. Mirai, Mina, it's the word for future in Japanese, but it's very weird the way it's used. So maybe again, in a proper kind of one-to-one translation, it does read different. But here are some images we've seen before from the trailer, obviously, of Brett, and Gamma 1, Bulma, there's us again, and then there's us in the gameplay. And the information here is actually quite interesting. They mention everyone on the side here. So these were, the school students are also important characters, and the idol is also an important character, because they went out of their way to name them when that was not necessary. Before we talk about the idol, though, they actually do mention that in the bottom right here, that game development and all that stuff, these screenshots are not final. Now, I think that's obvious, but I do want to mention that because I feel like people are going to say, oh, the gameplay, blah, 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 blah. This is literally one render. We don't even know if this is a cutscene graphics or if this is actually in-game graphics yet. So we have no idea still. But I just wanted to mention that because I feel like people are going to be really they're going to have ants in their pants about it and not be happy with whatever answer they get. So just wanted to mention that real quick, get that out of the way, clear up the confusion. And the information it does say here in this big text is new character Brett. So they do actually mention, and this is so weird, this text is actually sideways. They do actually mention that one of the first things revealed at Dragon Ball Battle Hour was the latest footage of the game Age 1000 with the reveal of designs like Brett. He walks through the world and he listens to his favorite music, idols, and people who look like students. So those are all the characters we see on the side there. They do mention all of them. And there's also a mention of, after taking a closer look, we could see figures like that Namekian. After hearing information about the case from Bulma and the scene, he's wearing a green suit and a visor. Furthermore, you and him will head towards solving the case where, so it's the same thing that we saw in the trailer. It's basically the same information, but they do actually mention that these characters on the side aren't just oh, hey, these were just put in the background to look pretty for the trailer. It's no, they were put in for a reason. I think it's a good sign that they're mentioning them because maybe, again, we'll actually get insane body customization. Maybe we'll be able to make, fat, short human beings. Maybe we'll be able to make tall, buff human beings, like the guy driving the car in the trailer. And again, maybe the demon race or the Glint race or the Kaioshin race or whatever you want to call it, that's going to be a feature as well. Because they didn't mention what she was by race. They just called her an idol, which is very interesting because they probably aren't allowed to give away what that is yet, meaning it is something. If it was nothing, they would have just casually been like, by the way, here's a long-eared demon girl in the trailer, whatever. Right? But the fact that they kept it, close to themselves means it's probably something that they can't actually, blurt out or reveal to us yet. And that makes me kind of happy because, it kind of just confirms that she is a demon race. Let's move on to the next page now. This one has information on the custom characters. It also mentions other things that were in the Dragon Ball World Super News V Jump cover. So I'm going to translate this one as well real quick. Give me a wee bit. Additionally, there has been some information on potential extra like stuff where we'll be getting more information. A good example is we know Summer Games Fest is happening June 6th, and there's a good chance that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 is going to show up there, or even extra stuff about Xenoverse 2's DLC, since we know obviously it links into Xenoverse 3, but then there's also the chance that they could just reveal all of this stuff later, because Xenoverse 2's DLC is coming out in like a month or two. Then we also have the Gamescom event all the way in August, where there's another chance for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 to make an appearance. Just wanted to mention that really quick, since obviously we know V Jump is monthly, but doesn't always have the newest, trendiest thing inside the V Jump. I think that's so weird that sometimes they don't do that, but that can happen. So I just wanted to mention that alongside everything else. And lastly, we do have this page. Okay, that actually took a bit to translate, but it doesn't seem like there is a giant amount of information here. Or sorry, I should say there is lots of information. It's just all very poorly translated. Like the big text here saying age 1000 got changed to welcome hunting 1000, which is apparently we're looking at Monster Hunter 1000 and not Dragon Ball 1000. That's very different. Some of the information from top to bottom here actually does mention, again, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, Battle Hour over here. They straight up say those words. They mention the titles of the other Dragon Ball games. We can see that up here with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball Fighters, Gexen Squadron, etc. So that's all pretty much the same. Something that is pretty interesting is the big text on the side here on the metal plating. It says, now open the door to a whole new world that awaits, and the sign here is the Xeno sign. So that's pretty interesting. That makes me wonder if that boy is gonna have any relevance, because Xeno has zero relevance in Xenoverse 2. He only shows up as a dialogue gimmick in the Tournament of Power stage if you pick that in PvP. He does not actually have any relevance in that game. I didn't even think about the fact that Xeno and the Grand Priest and all of these other angels and other universes could actually be made into very like interesting things for the game. I didn't even consider that they might even introduce Universe 6, Universe 11, Universe 9, whatever. Like any of that content could just be in a game. Some stages might take places in different universes. I didn't even consider that for a second. Speaking in every title in this issue, a special level. First up is a special feature that delves deep into the newly announced information on Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. That's what it says there. And the information at the bottom here is the system information again. And it does confirm, you don't even need this one to be translated. It does confirm that it's only next gen. You could see Xbox Series X, PS5, and Steam. So nothing on the Switch yet. Remember, it'll most likely all get Switch launch later, like Sparking Zero, but none now, because just like Sparking Zero, they're going to focus on the game's actual like core like systems, and then they'll reduce it for Switch rather than having the game start off with kind of weaker systems because it's launching on Switch. So I appreciate that. I think that's the best way to do it. That should be the objective, correct way to do Switch games or ports for Switch games. But yeah, I think Dragon Ball Age 1000 is looking it's looking quite bright for this game. Not too much new information in this one, but some stuff is really promising here. Again, the small little things we got, for example, the world created by the sword, and the mention of Xeno is very, very interesting. I actually do like that. It could mean Xeno here. It could be the sign for Xeno and not Zeno, because it's literally just one letter apart. But for the most part, the mention of Xeno in any way is actually kind of huge. So without further ado, I think that's a pretty solid place to end the video. Again, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, and obviously again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, it greatly supports the channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next, fellas. Again, I do love you all. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time, gang. Take care and peace. Bye bye.